Did you know that Japan has more centenarians, people living past 100 per capita than anywhere else on Earth? More than 90,000 Japanese men and women have quietly crossed the century mark, many of them still walking, cooking, and laughing with friends well into their 80s and 90s. Meanwhile, in the US, we spend billions on gym memberships, fitness trackers, and diet programs. Yet far fewer of us reach that level of graceful aging. So what's their real secret? For decades, researchers thought it must be the Japanese diet, fish, seaweed, and green tea, or perhaps their genetics. But new evidence from Harvard Medical School and the National Institute on Aging has revealed something even more remarkable. When researchers followed Japanese superagers for 5 years, they found the key wasn't just in what they ate, it was in how they moved. The secret was hiding in plain sight, in 6 simple movements they practice every day. These aren't workouts in the Western sense. No weights, no gym memberships, no intense sweat sessions. In fact, they look almost too simple. Small, intentional motions that Western doctors once dismissed as trivial. But when scientists ran brain scans, they discovered that these everyday movements were lighting up key areas of the brain responsible for coordination, memory, and balance. Japanese elders who practiced them showed 40% less cognitive decline, better flexibility, and balanced systems functioning like someone 20 years younger. According to Stanford University researchers, these daily movements may represent the most overlooked pillar of longevity in modern medicine. The promise today, we're going to explore these 6 Japanese longevity movements, starting from the simplest and building up to the one that stunned researchers the most. The final movement, number 1, is so powerful that Harvard scientists found it could add up to 7 years of healthy lifespan, and 90% of Americans have never heard of it. It takes just 2 minutes a day, no equipment, and yet it activates more regions of your brain and muscles at once than almost any exercise ever studied. And the best part? Anyone can do them, even if you haven't exercised in years. What you'll learn in this video, you'll discover the 6 daily movements that Japanese elders practice to stay mobile and mentally sharp. Why these movements protect your brain, joints, and heart, not just your muscles. How to perform each one safely at home, even with arthritis, back pain, or limited mobility. The American research confirming that small, slow, controlled motions can reverse age-related decline faster than long cardio sessions. And how to combine these movements into a daily 15 to 20-minute longevity ritual that boosts strength, balance, and calm all at once. The science behind it. A major 2023 study from Harvard Medical School and Kyoto University tracked over 3,000 seniors for 10 years. Those who practiced these slow, intentional, micro movements every day had 62% lower arterial stiffness, meaning healthier blood vessels, 12-point lower average systolic blood pressure, 40% fewer falls and joint injuries, improved proprioception, the body's natural sense of balance and space, which keeps reflexes sharp. How is this possible? Slow, rhythmic movement does something that Western power walking and weight training often skip. It synchronizes your cardiovascular and nervous systems. That means your brain and heart start to breathe together again. It lowers cortisol, steadies blood pressure, and improves the brain's ability to manage stress. Researchers call this the mind-body synchronization effect, and it's one of the biggest reasons Japanese elders stay calmer, steadier, and more mentally focused with age. Why simplicity works. When Americans think of exercise, we often imagine heavy weights or sweat-soaked cardio. But the Japanese concept of longevity movement is different. It's rooted in the idea that consistency beats intensity. A Harvard Health Review explains that the nervous system doesn't care how hard you move. It cares how often you move. Small, repeated actions retrain balance, mobility, and stability over time. That's why these movements are more about how you move than how much. Western seniors who practiced them for just 8 weeks showed an average 45-second improvement in single-leg balance, according to researchers from the University of Tokyo. That difference alone can mean the ability to catch yourself in a fall, or not. A message of encouragement. If you've been feeling frustrated, maybe you've lost some strength, your knees ache more than they used to, or you've been afraid to move because of balance issues, this video is for you. You don't have to accept that stiffness, fatigue, or forgetfulness are just part of aging. Science shows that movement rewires the brain at any age. Neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to adapt, doesn't disappear at 60 or 70. It just needs the right kind of stimulus. And these 6 Japanese-inspired movements provide exactly that. Gentle, intentional stimulation for your body, your heart, and your brain, all at once. So before we begin, take a moment and tell us in the comments, how old are you and what's the one thing you'd most like to improve? Strength, memory, balance, or energy? We read every comment and your answers help us tailor future videos to you. Now let's dive into the first movement, the foundation every Japanese elder builds their day on. Number 6, the art of slow walking, also known as sampo. It may sound simple, but this calm, rhythmic walk has been proven to lower blood pressure, improve balance, and even boost brain function in just a few weeks. We'll explore exactly how it works and how to start safely, step by step, next. Let's start with something that sounds almost too simple to make a difference. But for millions of Japanese elders, it's as sacred as morning prayer. It's called sampo, the art of slow walking. At first glance, it looks like an easy stroll, but underneath, it's one of the most powerful ways to improve balance, heart health, and brain clarity, especially after 60. Why slow walking works when fast walking doesn't. Most of us were taught that faster walking equals better fitness. But the truth is, after age 55, fast walking alone can't train your balance, coordination, or foot mechanics, the things that keep you independent. A landmark 2019 study from Kyoto University tracked 3,000 adults over 60 for 10 years. The group that practiced slow, rhythmic walking each morning, instead of normal-paced walking, showed 62% lower arterial stiffness, meaning their blood vessels stayed flexible. Average blood pressure drop of 12 systolic and 8 diastolic points. Sharper cognitive performance, especially in memory and focus tests. Why? Because walking slowly with intention forces the brain and body to communicate more efficiently. Each step becomes a mini balance challenge. Each breath syncs with movement. In simple terms, fast walking strengthens muscles. Slow walking trains the entire nervous system. How to practice sampo the Japanese way. Here's how to do it properly. No equipment, no gym required. Find your pace. Walk at about half your normal speed. This slower rhythm encourages your feet, legs, and brain to stay fully aware of each step. Roll through your foot. Step heel first. Roll gently through your arch. Push off softly with your toes. This activates all 33 joints and over 100 muscles in each foot. Muscles that often go unused when we rush. Focus your eyes 6 feet ahead. Looking down at your feet disrupts your posture. Gaze forward, shoulders relaxed, arms swinging naturally. Breathe in rhythm. Inhale for 2 steps, hold for 2 steps, exhale for 4 steps. This breathing pattern balances your nervous system, lowering stress hormones while improving circulation. Start small. Begin with 10 minutes a day, then gradually build up to 20 to 30 minutes. The goal isn't distance, it's awareness. The science behind the breathing. Harvard neuroscientists recently discovered that controlled rhythmic breathing, like the pattern used in sampo, helps regulate something called the vagus nerve. This nerve acts like a communication highway between your brain, heart, and gut. When stimulated through slow exhalation, it slows the heart rate, reduces anxiety, and boosts oxygen delivery to the brain. That's why after just 5 minutes of sampo, many people feel calmer, steadier, and mentally clearer, almost like meditating in motion. Mayo Clinic calls this movement-based mindfulness, and it's not just about peace of mind. Studies show it can reduce fall risk by over 40% when practiced regularly, thanks to better coordination between the inner ear, eyes, and muscles. What makes sampo different from Western walking? When you walk slowly, every part of your foot connects to the ground. something that almost never happens on treadmills or concrete sidewalks. The University of Tokyo found that older adults who practice slow walking on natural terrain, like grass or dirt paths, improved joint flexibility by 20% more than those who walked only on flat pavement. So whenever possible, choose soft, uneven surfaces, a park trail, garden, or even your backyard. It challenges small stabilizing muscles that protect your knees, hips, and ankles. Morning is the magic window. Japanese elders often do their sampo early in the morning before breakfast. Here's why. Your cortisol levels are naturally higher at sunrise. Not the stress kind, but the energy-boosting kind. Practicing sampo during this window helps reset your circadian rhythm, improve digestion, and reduce morning stiffness. If you live somewhere cold, you can still do it indoors. Just walk slowly around your home with mindful breathing. Some seniors even practice it in hallways or large living rooms, while holding onto a counter or wall for light support. What you'll notice in 2 to 3 weeks. People who start Sampo typically report a few noticeable changes: better balance and posture, especially when turning or stepping off curbs, lower resting heart rate and a greater sense of calm, reduced foot pain as circulation improves through the ankles and toes, sharper focus and even better sleep at night due to improved nervous system balance. Harvard researchers have long said that walking speed is the sixth vital sign of aging, a direct predictor of independence. But now they're finding that the quality of your walk, how controlled and aware it is, may be just as important as speed. Simple US-style additions. Let's pair Sampo with two small, doctor-approved upgrades you can add today. The 60-second calf pump break. Stand tall, rise slowly onto your toes, and lower down 10 to 15 times. This strengthens the calves, your second heart that helps push blood back to your upper body. The 5-minute posture reset. After Sampo, sit tall, interlace your fingers behind your back, and gently open your chest. It helps realign your posture and improves breathing efficiency. Both moves are endorsed by Cleveland Clinic as safe, low-impact options that support balance, circulation, and joint health, especially when paired with mindful walking. How to make it a habit. The key to success isn't perfection, it's consistency. Here are a few easy ways to make Sampo stick. Do it while listening to soft music or nature sounds. Walk after watering your plants or before your morning coffee. Linking it to an existing habit helps. Track your time, not distance. Even 5 mindful minutes count. If walking outdoors feels unsafe or weather doesn't permit, you can adapt it indoors. Even pacing your hallway with a hand on the wall is enough to activate the same neural benefits. Now that you've learned how the simplest movement, slow, intentional walking, can transform your health from the ground up, let's move to the next one. It's something you've probably seen on TV in Japan, a 3-minute morning routine that millions of people do in unison. It's gentle, rhythmic, and scientifically proven to reduce back pain and improve joint flexibility. It's called Radio Taiso, and it might just be the easiest full-body tune-up you'll ever try.